a way for the Golden State Warriors to round out their road trip. Not only did they defeat the Memphis Grizzlies to move into the 5th seed in the Western Conference, they then knocked off the LA Lakers in an amazing game from basically everybody involved to move within one game of the 4 seed in the West with only 6 games to go. It is going to be a wild race to the postseason for not only the Golden State Warriors, but the rest of their competitors in the Western Conference. I cannot wait to talk more about this game, more about Steph's performance, more about Pods' performance, more about Kuminga's performance, because he absolutely balled out against the Lakers, and he was integral. He closed the game for Golden State. Not something you see too often. Maybe that could be huge for the Dubs moving forward. But I got to tell you guys first about this GP2 injury update. Always want to bring you guys the Warriors injury news when we get it here at Warriors Today. I am your host, Tyler Smith, and Warriors PR tweeted this out before the Laker game. It said Warriors guard Gary Payton II, who suffered a partial tear of a ligament in his left thumb during Golden State's game at Miami on March 25th, is making good progress. Clap it up for GP2. He will not play in the Laker game, as we all saw, but he is considered to be day-to-day moving forward. That's awesome news. That is music to my ears because GP2, we all know, will be a very, very important piece to Golden State's postseason run. And this is why you subscribe. If any news with the Golden State Warriors goes on, you know we're going to bring it to you right here at Warriors Today. And we had an amazing watch party against the Lakers. We picked up a ton of subscribers, and we are almost at 80,000. Only need 147 diehard Dubs fans to go down below and hit that big red sub button. If you love Warriors content on YouTube, this is going to be the place for you. But let's talk more about GP2 before we get into everything great that we need to talk about from that game. Do we see a return from Gary Payton sooner rather than later? I mean, that would be amazing. Now that he's considered day-to-day, it seems like they're going to be trying their best to bring him back as soon as possible. And rightfully so, because GP2 has been absolutely amazing over the last couple of games or so. Like, he has been balling out over his last 10 games. Yeah, these are like fringe starter numbers. 11 points a night, 4 assists, which is insane. I think that's 4 rebounds, by the way. 1.5 steals, so he's creating turnovers. You know he's crashing the offensive glass. You know he's getting those second chance points. 64% from the field. Always active in that dunker spot. And he's also shooting 50% from 3. Yeah, he's playing the best basketball of his entire career. And to be honest with you guys, like I said, Gary Payton is an integral part, a necessary factor to Golden State making a deep playoff run this year. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You could put him on a guard. You could put him on a forward. You could put him in the dunker spot. You could have him hit a corner 3. He does it all. He is the ultimate Swiss Army knife for Golden State this season, and I've been amazed and owe him all the apologies in the world for wanting to include him and his expiring salary in different trade packages. No. GP2 was absolutely amazing, and I want him back in the lineup ASAP. If you want Gary Payton II back healthy, ASAP, ASAP, as soon as possible, hit that thumbs up icon on today's video so we can get good vibes sent to GP2. Get him back maybe before this regular season concludes, because it's going to be a tight race. You see the playoff picture up on screen right now as Golden State clings to that 5 seed in the Western Conference. But like I said, they got closer to the 4 seed against the LA Lakers. They're only a game back now, only 6 games left, but it's going to be a dogfight. You guys know how things are rolling right now in the Western Conference. And this isn't even updated yet. I didn't even notice this isn't even updated yet. Golden State is just a full game back of the LA Lakers for that 4 seed, where they could, potentially see a playoff matchup, and Golden State could be the home team. If they got to a game 7, they'd have the home court advantage there. But keep in mind, Memphis just won again, buzzer beater from Ja, so they're within striking distance, only a half game back of Golden State. Minnesota wins again, so they're only a half game back of Golden State. You got the Clippers, they're battling, only 1 game behind Golden State. Like, this could go anywhere down the stretch of the season. Golden State has to keep capitalizing. They only have 6 games left, and they still have a couple of, really, really difficult games left back on the schedule. They got to play the Nuggets tonight. Make sure you subscribe and turn your notifications on, because we'll be live again for that ball game. And then they play the Rockets just 2 days later, the 2 seed in the Western Conference, who are playing their best basketball right now, ascending young talent. They defend like MFers. Like, they are a really, really good ball club. Golden State's been able to get their number a couple of times, but that's going to be a really, really tough game. Also, at the Suns a couple of days later, they're battling for their play-in lives right now. Like, they're out of the play-in tournament at this point. And then you close the year with San Antonio, Portland, and then what could be a huge game for seeding against the Clippers next Sunday. Woof, this is going to be insane. We'll talk about the Laker game in just a moment because, man, what a performance by Steph. What a performance by JK. What a performance by Pods. Everybody stepped up for the Dubs tonight. It was an amazing, amazing game. We'll talk about that in just a moment. But first, I got to give a major shout out to today's sponsor, and that is Prize Picks. Prize Picks is America's number one daily fantasy sports platform because it's daily fantasy made easy. Watch your favorite sports and win real money in real time with Prize Picks. And take advantage of their deals as well. Like a free $50 in your account when you sign up using our promo code CLNS, that you see in the bottom right of your screen, and place your first $5 entry. You might be asking me, Tyler, how do you place an entry on Prize Picks? I'll tell you, it's so simple. Just pick a lineup of 2 to 6 player stat projections and just pick more or less on those stat projections, whether it's basketball, baseball, hockey, bowling, darts, golf, esports, does not matter. Combine sports in the lineup if you want. What I'm going for the Final Four. Give me Cooper Flagg. The Stars come out more than 18.5 points against Houston. And on the Cougars side, give me more than 16.5 points for LJ Cryer. And then the stud freshman in Auburn, Tahad Pettiford. Give me more than 14.5 points against the Gators. You can tell my picks. You can fade my picks. Just make sure you go and do it at Prize Picks. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use the promo code CLNS for $50 instantly when you place your first $5 entry. You don't even need to win to receive the $50. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks. Run your game. All that information will be clickable down in the comment section and description of today's video. Oh, I love the Warriors. If you know, you know. You were on the stream. What a game. What a game. Whenever the Lakers seemed like they were going to make it close or make it tight, like, Golden State had an answer every single time. Thanks to Steph. Thanks to Pods, who went 8 of 10 from three-point range. Shots were falling. Shots were falling again for the Dubs, and that is a phenomenal sign heading into the postseason. The young talent is hitting their stride. The vets are playing super well. Want to talk about Jimmy Butler in a little bit because he did exit the game for a little while, and Golden State was kind of wondering where he was at. He's dealing with a little bit of a forearm injury per Steve Kerr, but was able to get back out there for the fourth quarter. It was an odd situation, but Jimmy wasn't the most aggressive tonight. We'll talk about him in just a moment. But the overall numbers on the night, Golden State shoots 42% from three-point range. And that coveted 30 assists. Golden State is nearly undefeated this season when they have 30 assists. Like, the record is unbelievable. Moving the ball, they're playing good defense. They force the Lakers to shoot less than 40% from three-point range, which is, necessary. You win the three-point battle. You win the turnover battle. You win the rebound battle. It was an all-around, just they wanted it more type of win by Golden State. I love the way they played. I mean, only 13 turnovers. Like, that's not bad. They actually didn't win the turnover battle. The Lakers only had 8. But still, like, as far as where they got their points, 36 points in the paint. Love that. 23 second chance points to Lakers 15. Lakers only had 13 fast break points, so they limited them there as well. It was an awesome, awesome, awesome performance by the Dubs tonight. And you guys know, where else do you point to than number 30 to go out there and get it done for the Dubs, man? 37? I mean, in the month of April, it's been 2 games. He's averaging 40! He was finally getting some calls tonight after not getting calls early on in the game. Ended up getting fouled on some threes. They were hacking him. Classic prison ball on Steph. He just made it happen every single turn. And it wasn't even like the greatest shooting performance tonight from Curry. 4 of 11 from 3. 10 of 21 from the field. It was all right. But he was constantly being thrown double teams by the Laker defense. He was constantly being pushed around, heckled around. He ended up falling on his tailbone like twice in the same play. So hopefully he's all good there and he can suit back up tonight against the Denver Nuggets. Steve Kerr has already said that the Warriors vets will be suiting up on the back-to-back. Oh, yeah, that's exactly what he said about that. Steph was amazing. Hitting shots when they count, hitting free throws down the stretch when they count. What more is there to say about number 30, man? He just continues to do it time and time again. A new career high for Pods. 28 ball, 8 boards, 6 assists. I mean, he was in a rhythm early. He hit 3 triples in the first quarter. Ended up shooting 8 of 10 from long range. Was taking good shots. Was hitting shots in the mid-range. Was getting the float game working. Everything was hitting for Brandin Podziemski tonight. Continues to play good defense. Continues to put his body on the line. Continues to crash the glass both on the offensive and defensive side of the ball. He's really coming along at the right time, and Warriors fans should be very, very excited. And I continue, like Gary Payton, like I mentioned earlier, to owe him apology after apology. He is a legit player. He's finding his stroke now from long range, and if this is the Pods that we're seeing in the postseason, yeah, sign me up. Sign me up for this version of Jonathan Kuminga as well, who puts up 18, 9 boards. Finally, Kuminga using his athleticism, using his strength, using his force to go down there and snatch the ball off the glass. That's what we need. That's what we need. Defenses would give him a little bit of space, and he would take it, go right down the middle of the floor, and finish at the rim. A couple of and ones tonight. A couple shots down the stretch. A little short jumper in the mid-range. Another turnaround jumper for Kuminga down the stretch. He closed the game for Golden State tonight. And that's not something that we all thought was possible. Closing the game, not only Kuminga just doing it, like being on the floor, but being on the floor with Jimmy Butler as well. I did not expect that. Their net rating together has been atrocious since Butler's been on the team and Kuminga's returned from injury. They have not been a good pairing together because they kind of play the same kind of role. Tonight, Kuminga balled out, man, and I can't wait to see more from him. I cannot wait to see more from him. Draymond, it was so odd, right? Because it was up, it was down. He would hit a 3 because he hit 2-4 tonight, but then he would go throw the ball out of bounds. Then he would hit a 3, and then he would go throw the ball out of bounds. You take what you get from Draymond. He was defending inside very well against bigger players down low for the Lakers. Like Jackson Hayes kind of really limited him at the rim. Defended LeBron at a high level. I know LeBron had 30 plus, but this is the defensive player of the year we're talking about right here. The defensive player of the year. He was masterful. He did his thing. And if Draymond continues to play the way that he's playing, then I don't see any reason why he shouldn't hold up some hardware at the end of the season. Let me know what your number one takeaway from this game was, because we'll talk about a player in just a moment that I have some takes on. What was your number one takeaway? Warriors, Lakers, absolute electric matchup on TNT. The whole world got to see it, and two faces of the league, LeBron, Steph, going at it. What was your number one takeaway? Let me know in the comments. Jimmy Butler. So it wasn't a bad game, but I have one concern about Jimmy, and I understand and wasn't really aware at the time that he's dealing with this forearm injury, but you're paying a guy $60 million over the next 2 seasons, each season, and he only gets up 7 shots in a big game. I will say, in the fourth quarter, he had LeBron draped all over him in the corner, rose up, hit a big 3-ball. That was awesome. He just needs more pressure. Honestly, Golden State had this game at 10-12 the whole time, basically, and Jimmy didn't feel any pressure. Jimmy didn't feel like he needed to go into attack mode or go be that dog scoring the basketball. Didn't need to do that. Took his opportunities where they were. Didn't fill up the stat sheet, but at the end of the day, played good defense. Got his hands in passing lanes. Got his hands on the basketball, poking it away, getting deflections, doing all the things that Jimmy Butler does well, being a connector on offense. It was great to see. It was great to see that Golden State could win a game like this against one of the better teams in the Western Conference without Jimmy having to go crazy. I know he'll go crazy in the playoffs, especially if this is the matchup with LA in the 4-5 spot. Moody. I don't really have too much to say about Moses Moody other than he continues to be a dog on defense. Hit a couple of threes tonight, 3 of 6. If Moses Moody is finding his stroke and he's hitting even 2 of 6 from deep a game, I'm cool. But the one thing I want to talk about Moses Moody, when he absolutely baptized, put on a shirt, Austin Reeves there in that first quarter, should have counted. 100%. That was That was ridiculous, to be quite honest, that didn't count. But Moody, you're playing really well right now. You're finding your footing again as we get down the stretch of this NBA season. 6 games to go, and then it's postseason ball. Keep it up. Keep it up. Guy Santos was cool. Played good defense. Didn't take or make a bunch of shots. That's fine. Healed was not good, to be quite honest. Post, QP. The issue I have with QP, offensively, awesome. Had a nice little runner in the lane, like a running hook shot. Really nice. He'll be adds that to his game as time goes on. He just needs to be more disciplined defensively. These vets know that when he's getting close to play on-ball defense on him, they can just rise up and do a rip-through move and get into a shooting motion and go to the line for a couple of free throws. He's just got to get more disciplined and, let's be honest, more adjusted to the league, more adjusted to these vets that are willing and able to foul bait him. He's just a rookie. I get it at the end of the day, but he's also going to play big minutes for Golden State down the stretch of this season and into the postseason. Absolutely. Looney did his thing, setting screens for Steph, being available on a cutting dunk. Got a rebound. Golden State's been awesome, man. They are 19-2 when Jimmy and Steph share the floor. Can't ask for much more than that. Can't ask for much more than that. We will be live again tonight against the Denver Nuggets. 7 o'clock Pacific tip. We'll be live at 6:45 Pacific. That's 7:45 Mountain. That's 8:45 Central and 9:45 Eastern. Lock us in and subscribe to the channel as we are fast approaching 80,000 here at Warriors Today. If you love the Golden State Warriors, you'll love the content that we put out on this channel. So lock us in, hit that subscribe button. We'll see you all in the next one. And as always, let's go Dubs.